What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And today, it says the Dow S&P 500 snap historic run of gains as tariff risk return and Fed decision looms. So, as always, hopefully you guys are in the market and not trying to time the market. I'm sweating because I'm hot. I was rushing. I'm running a little late. Yeah, hopefully you're in the market. You're not trying to time the market. You have to create a plan, people. You have to dollar cost average. You have to invest. Write that vision. Make it plain. It's something about writing things down. It's magical. But success is not without pain. Just remember that. So let's get into the news. So it says here, U.S. stocks retreated from a historic run of gains on Monday as President Trump's new tariff threat revived trade war worries in the wait for a Federal Reserve policy decision. So the S&P 500 slipped roughly 0.6%, snapping its longest winning streak in over 20 years. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average also slipped almost 0.3%, also notching its first losing session in the last 10 tries. So the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite also dropped 0.8%. So we took a little loss, not major losses, but we took small losses across the board today. So it says here also, the U.S. dollar also lost ground as Wall Street gauges whether recent confidence that Trump has moved to a deal-breaking phase is misplaced. So investors have been riding a wave of optimism fueled largely by early indications that the U.S. and China are inching toward the negotiating table for discussions on tariffs. So Chinese officials have signaled reopening trade talk with Washington, though no start to negotiations appear imminent. Hopefully they will negotiate so we can, start back to some form of normalcy, right? So, but Trump, in the news it says, but Trump said over the weekend that he has no plans to speak to his Chinese counterpart, President Xi, this week, even as he said he wants a fair deal with the country. So in a social media post on Sunday, Trump opened a new front in his trade war, saying movies produced outside the U.S. will face 100% tariff. Ouch. He said efforts to start the process will start immediately, though he offered little detail on the duties. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. So looking ahead, Wall Street's attention turns to the Federal Reserve two-day policy meeting that kicks off on Tuesday. The Fed is expected to hold steady with current rates, even with Trump amping up pressure on his chair, Jerome Powell, in recent weeks. Berkshire Hathaway stock dropped roughly 5% after the conglomerate's board approved longtime CEO Warren Buffett's appointment of Greg Abel as his successor starting in 2026. Also, Warren is going to step down. Warren is like 90 years old, right? Wow, he's stepping down. Okay, so on the earnings front, automaker Ford beat first quarter earnings estimates, but pulled its guidance after the bell due to tariffs, while data software firm Palantir raised its revenue guidance, citing expanding sales. Palantir, I invest in Palantir. Yeah, because Palantir raised its 2025 revenue outlook, citing strong demand from U.S. businesses, which is a great thing, right? Palantir now forecasts it will rake in 2025 revenue between $3.89 billion and $3.9 billion, up from its prior estimate of $3.75 billion. That's a lot of money. That prior outlook had already surpassed Wall Street's projections when it was given by the companies during its fourth quarter earnings results on February 3rd, sending the stock soaring. So the stock jumped to a record high in after hours before falling more than 7%. So let's get into the stocks. What did they do today? Because the market closed not long ago. Okay, so my S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, is the is the symbol, the ticker symbol. It lost 35 cents today, closing out at $66.29. My Information Technology ETF, FTEC, lost $1.04 today, closing out at $167.66. Palantir lost 51 cents today, closing out at $123.77. Tesla lost $6.95 today, closing out at $280.26. Broadcom lost $2.92 today, closing out at $200.72. Nvidia lost 68 cents today, closing out at $113.82. Yeah, so everyone lost a little money. Well, not everyone. Microsoft earned 89 cents, but a lot of companies, the market took a hit today because of these new tariff talks again, that are sending the market on like this roller coaster ride. So that is it. As always, hopefully you guys are investing in yourself, into the market, into your retirement, into your kids, into your family. Get out of debt, get out of that car loan debt, student loan debt, personal loan debt, credit card debt. Get out of debt. Debt isn't good. Debt hinders you. Debt just continues to take money out of your pocket that you cannot use to invest into yourself or your family. So get out of debt, and create a plan. Write down the vision. A budget is a vision. Is a vision, right? A vision of what you want and what you expect. That's what your budget does. So write it down. Start tackling the things that needs to be tackled, and free yourself, and the rest will follow. You know what I mean? Right, so either way, get out of that. Also, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one, so please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your money if you are not capable or securing yourself enough to do it on your own. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.